Many old-time Hoosiers will remember the day when basketball was one class, and it was big-time sports, if you think about it. The movie Hoosiers was adapted from that concept. But alas and alack, the IHSAA said it's not fair. They created classes, and today we have multiple classes of basketball, football, and every other sport championship you could possibly imagine. Well, they're getting ready to do something down in Indianapolis that, well, you may not have seen coming, but if you have a son or daughter who's an athlete, plays in high school here in Indiana, you might want to pay attention. Because on May the 4th, the IHSAA is going to vote on something that, well, exists in some other states, but also exists in college. It's a version of NIL. Know that in college? Name, image, likeness? That's what the court said college players, well, they're basically employees for the university, and the university has to pay them. And now colleges have to pay their players. Now you take the porthole that they have, the transfer porthole, had that with money being in there, and players are going from school to school to school saying who's going to pay me the most money. And that's what's going on, because many of these players figure, well, I'm not going to make it in the pros, so I'm going to make it into college. And colleges are paying millions of dollars a year for certain athletes. Every college is doing it, folks, so nobody's clean on this one. Everybody's doing it because, well, if you want athletes, you want to have a winning reputation in your school, you want to have a good win and loss records, you got to pay. Well, now guess what? The Indiana High School Athletic Association will be voting on a form of NIL for high school athletes. You heard me right. High school athletes will soon be able to make money off of their name. Now, if it's approved, it won't be a school running the program. It won't be the institution running the program. It'll be the child himself or the child's parents. The child's under the age of 18, obviously. But the parents could then market their child's name. If he or she is a star player, or they can have a special basketball, football, or baseball, or volleyball camp under their name, and they're being paid. They could be paid because of their name by companies. Can't be tied to their high school, can't be using a high school name, high school products, high school uniforms. But they will be able to sell their name, their likeness, and their image to whomever wants to buy it. Now, how many kids are going to do that? Well, probably not a lot, but there are stars. There are 4- and 5-star athletes in the state of Indiana, throughout the state, who could say, hey, I'm famous, I'm cool, I'm going to be great in college, and every college is recruiting me, and so I want to have my NIL for myself. I want to start making money now. And their parents could say, yes, we're going to have them do that. So they can negotiate deals with companies, with, well, agents, for lack of a better term, to sell their image, likeness, and their brand, because it's called personal branding activity, PBA. Get ready to hear that, folks, that term a whole lot more, because now your high school athlete will be subject to the PBA requirements, how he or she can market himself or herself and make money while they're in high school. Now, your parents out there saying, how dare they do that? My kid's just playing sports. They like to do that. He or she loves to do that. Well, there's another thing coming in that got to be careful of this word, and I hate to use it. It's called greed. And there are people out there saying, my kid can make money. My kid's a star athlete. I'm going to make some money off this thing. That's called greed. Will we see it? Well, the chances are you probably will. But May the 4th, they're voting down in Indianapolis. The IHSAA is now going to be able to have your son or daughter, if he or she chooses, to market their brand on a deal called personal branding activity. Their name, their likeness, their image, and they can sell that as a high schooler. That, folks, is the way things are going here in the state of Indiana. That's right. Or we used to have one class basketball, and now we have multiple class everything. Well, guess what? NIL is coming to your high school students here in Indiana once the IHSAA votes it in, and that will be happening on May the 4th. And now, you know.